A prayer I've heard since I was a baby follows me around through different channels. Ek Onkar. Mud has a way of bringing me closer to people. Satnam. Squish my toes in and I vibrate with the hum of the earth's core. Karta Purak. I attract the universe with my intention. Nirvo. Leading with a fearless heart. Nirver. Thoughts escape the revenge cycle. Akal Murad. Love is endless everywhere. It's omnipresent. Ajuni Sepang. In death and in life, we are infinite, infinite. My mom, my Nanaji, both passed. Nana sends me $200 twice in 1 week on the ground, but I hide it for whoever lost it finds me again, left in an ATM. Guru Prasad, Guru Nanak, Jesus, Muhammad, all here to give humanity exactly what we needed, when and where they came to be. Jap, meditate and earth absorbs you. Ad Sach, truth in humans is the word. Jagad Sach. Over time, it's been distorted. Havi Sach, to mask depraved actions. Nanak Hosei Bi Sach. When words match actions, we are one with birds, with words, with love and sun, moon and sea, we see together. Kali stuck out her tongue one day and lashed the man who violated the body of a woman in bloom, or so she was until that lashing destroyed the man for all to see, and in his place grew a banyan tree. How many days? It took just 3, the same number for Christ to raise. A body born a hobby, soft and naked and pink, scrunched up so small and wailing as we take our first breath. They say we're closer to our past lives as newborns screaming for the cradle of the womb, our talents fresh in the mind and muscles take us back to who we are or were. Life swirls us into what we think we need to be and whittles us down to who we are and why we're here. Thriving is a tricky thing. The way freedom escapes the flimsy layer of social dominance, or we see beyond the narrow box of where we are, ascension. You have to work at it, or else get swept up in the pendulum. I see myself a newborn, loyal, loving, laughing, dodging the pendulum amid clutter, waiting for my coffee to brew. Choking, frozen vocal cords shut together, strain to function when they absorb bleak, abysmal darkness What good is a voice? What good if it broadcasts the brain's shaky signal, blocks, rejects, ignores the soul, a vital organ? Your sweet beats flutter my lashes, quiver the folds on the way up, will you? Oh my, how deep can this voice go? From crown to root, as far as the core of this earth. Let's see how conviction can express itself through timber. I'm a tree. This one's a little personal, so just throwing it out there. I had always suspected sexual abuse. My voice was, it used to be extremely high, and I would speak from my throat and head. I was not settled into my body until I had a flood of memories come back to me in 2017. And it subsided at times, but got fiercer and more difficult to control in 2020, and I always had a small voice until then. But as I delved deeper into the sexual abuse and trauma from that, it all made sense, all of it. The brattiness, the wetting the bed long past an acceptable age, the fear of the dark, the crawling to my parents' room after nightmares and sleeping on the floor on my mom's side of the bed, curling up in a ball on my right side to face her, the getting up in the middle of the night, from hearing whispers that would send me through the house only to discover no one was even up, the flashes of realizations over the years that I didn't have a clitoris and sending that realization away like a nightmare or an unwanted guest. In honors anatomy, my junior or senior year of high school, we studied the female anatomy. And I knew I didn't, for some reason, have the button at the top, but it didn't sink in. The true knowledge of that didn't sink into my mind and body at the same time of why, because I didn't have the tools yet to face the reality. But I continued to have extremely painful cramps for the first day of my period. Well into my 30s, I remember not wanting to be a woman. And I'd miss work, writhing on the floor, throwing up if I didn't take Advil before the pain started. My body was bifurcated from my mind, but I wasn't ready to let my family go. So I didn't fully understand even when the few partners I had over the years, none of which were my study boyfriends, those ones didn't bother to look and see that I was missing a clitoris. But the partners who did notice I had nothing there, I'd say to them, or you just can't find it. And they would say, no, I can find it. But I didn't think much of it, and the cramps, my God, and my sister never believed the pain. She would say I was being dramatic, and my dad's new wife, who I was never able to call mom, agreed that I was melodramatic. And this is what children go through. Children, women of color, and Indian women, for the most part, we are taught that vocalizing needs is wrong. And so we are never taught how to verbalize them. And this is how we raise generations swimming in misogyny and pedophobia and pedophilia. This is how we get Holocaust denial when those very eyes simultaneously see a lifeless child, head like a dandelion plopped, who think a certain way about the innocent, who don't believe the way I was never believed for anything I claimed or was or am, how nothing that's mine is believed to be deserved, how my authority over myself and my body of work is regularly challenged. The wind takes me in waves down sidewalks of the living, rooms into windows of lives. We see street-side survival in the eyes of hungry love. It swooshes my cigarette smoke into an S of a cloud of the fog inching closer to the ground as night falls. On the streets, in sheets like midnight linen, cover us, protect us. Our hair, the strands wildly splaying, flailing arms, our firecrackers spread out to rest on the underside of a kind of bedding only you can provide. The disarray of a day dismayed as dimes strewn round the street, the sidewalk, someone struts, crouched low, nails scraping, collecting their next meal. Got any change today? Sings a soprano who shattered stained glass once in a church cathedral, the shards sharpened by trickle down, cascading shimmer of pretty spears. Years ago, but still falling, they cut skin tender, they bleed my arms, which spout red fountains. My mind can't make it up, can't make itself up, can't make it up to them, trapped in this funnel. How do we stay soft in a downpour of cut, when where does it come from but us, the U.S., but look, I don't have to, but look at the child with concave skull and feel, I feel, do you, my heart, sprout blood red bread for her to rest on. I am more than the asymmetry of these breasts, swollen with years of auto-vengeance. My glow, my gloat, I float a bloated boat in slow lane on my back. I work my arms like wheels. They churn, I burn this body, I burn this thirst. I burst in flames in water, of water. I bleed in a time of extreme creation. I dreamt I birthed a baby. It grew to term in a matter of hours and fell straight out when my water broke. I swiftly cut the belly cord, brought my baby to left breast, and gestured toward the walls where each painting should go as it suckled. In my dream, I was happy and productive. In my dream, I loved myself and what I'd made. The twig is of better use to the dove, were it not for the idea that deliverance arrives in pairs. From Content Making by Joel M. Toledo. If deliverance arrives in pairs, anguish delivers in threes. If a soul blow is only felt by one person, if it happens over and over, does it really happen? The weather of life, the climate of lack, the voracious ache only water can soothe. The sea's erosion of you, a stone, after your essence shines. What's you and only you remains of life's lava, hardened and shed, calluses smooth, embodying kalima, rife and ripe with newborn skin.